Good morning. Bright and early? Bright and too early, I guess. Yeah, I forgot it was daylight savings. Morning, everyone. So, I had my bacon sandwich in the end. Yeah, I thought it was tight on time, but I was actually at all the time in the world. Okay. Hey, everyone. Hey, Strayera. Hey, Fat Fat. Hadouken King. Big PP Man. Fovai. Thank you as well, Fovai and Strayera. For the tier ones. Thank you very much. So, yeah. Pardon me. Got the timings wrong. But at least we got. It's better this way. It's better this way. That the timings. It's better early than late. Back from your failed coin flip. Returned. So I missed a game 5 yesterday. You certainly did. Go back and watch that one. Well, that reminds me actually. There's a YouTube comment I need to respond to. Let's see. It wasn't a dramatic one. It was just I think there's a problem with the audio. Sometimes because I live stream on YouTube as well. Sometimes what happens on the live stream on YouTube, I say sometimes, most of the time what happens on the live stream on YouTube, especially with the Les Serafin partnership, is I get hit by DMCA. So let me just link. Let's see. Audio. So someone was saying the audio was missing from map 4, and I think it's the DMCA. Part of video. Audio should be fine. The Quads channel, and it's we go. Bang. Ooh. Yeah, 100% go back and watch that game. It was a game of very high stakes and actually a hell of a game. There are no time changes. No, so the time of the tournament hasn't changed, just the time in the UK has changed. I want to say we've gone back an hour. Oh, sorry. So for people asking about playlists as well, there is no playlist. I just pick songs. I have a few playlists. I have a playlist I make for my fiance, or like I guess a series of playlists I make for my fiance, where I just update it every now and again with like, here's what I'm listening to. But I don't like songs on Spotify. I don't have like one complete playlist. I just sort of go and pick a selection of things I've recently listened to. Maybe one day I'll make a playlist of like songs to start your stream to, then I can share it with the good people of chat. We went forwards, so we lost an hour. Yeah, okay. Well, I hope it helps for Harvest. It feels like such an outdated concept. I presume people say this all the time, right? But it feels like such an outdated concept. I remember I read a thing that was one of the biggest arguments for the UK or any country to abolish it is what happens if you look at car accidents. This is going to be a nice, pleasant topic to start our morning with. If you look at car accident statistics, what you see is on the day where the clock's changing, you lose an hour. The next day, because everyone is either an hour less sleep, or they're running a little bit late, or they got the timings wrong. Right today, the car accident rate is going to be significantly higher today than any other day. There's like a statistical bump in car accidents. So if you're driving anywhere today, be very careful because you never know. Harvest was much better though. The walks to your fridge honestly much nicer in this light. There we go. It's a Sunday. No one does anything today. Plenty of people drive on a Sunday. Yeah, there's a book called, I think it's called, I think it's Dr. Kyle Walker. That Dr. Kyle Walker, am I thinking of a footballer? Doctor, just Dr. Walker. Dr. Walker Sleep? Matthew Walker, sorry, not Kyle. Kyle Walker is the footballer. Matthew Walker is the doctor I'm thinking of. Don't go read Kyle Walker's book. Go read Dr. Matthew Walker's book. He's one of the leading sleep experts in the world. He has a specialist clinic, but he's written a book. Let me find the name of the book. Why we sleep. It talks about that in this book, and it's got loads of interesting things about the science of sleep, why we sleep, and also I guess advice for things to make your own sleep better. If you got rid of it, would you stick on OO or plus O1 though? I think you stick on OO. Maybe just make it times the construct anyway, right? Doesn't make a big difference. There is a popular phrase about people Sunday drivers. The concept of trying, yeah. I mean, it's from the harvest. I'm pretty sure that's the original purpose was to line up better with daylight when there's actually day or when the sun is actually out. He wouldn't want to know what Kyle Walker would be a doctor in speed. He'd be a doctor in speed. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, 100%. I reckon Matthew Walker's book is going to be better than anything Kyle Walker can write. How's the stream? Yeah, good stream yesterday. Actually, it felt like we got a sense of deferred gratification. Right? Is we watch Frio, 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 excitement at a minimum, and then we get what a series we get at 5 mapper. So yeah, definitely worth watching. Obviously, it sets CC up beautifully. Beautifully. That you can see. Sets CC up beautifully to avoid once again in the bracket. Which is obviously kind of brings us on to the controversial section. We've got the first seed for both groups locked in. And it's only to figure out the rest of the seeding, which is why the first game we're going to get today, Little Sheep versus Team XX. They're both 1-1. They're both 3-3 in terms of maps. It's very much a winner takes all. The winner, by all, I mean, second in Group B. The second in Group B goes in this side of the bracket here, which is good. You want to be the opposite side of once again. So very much high stakes game, lot to play for. Maybe Team XX, I think most people would have as favourites, but I can see, honestly, I reckon this one will be a close one. On the other side, we get the the more controversial situation where Blade and Rock are going to play each other as well today. Whereas they both want to lose the game because it's better to be in third than it is in second because you avoid once again. So, yeah. Yeah. Rip, yeah. So, I'm actually going to soft throw or what? It's a really interesting question because I think the answer just has to be yes. Because normally, this situation comes up kind of often when there's always this argument of if you come maybe when you're in a group stage qualifier, it's slightly better to come lower in the group because you get a different seed. You know, we maybe saw us a little bit of the Esports World Cup groups where actually finishing top of your group sometimes got you a harder fixture. But a lot of the time when this is in play at major tournaments is we're not talking guarantees. We're talking you only have to play the third best team instead of the first best team, right? So it's all kind of, it's not worth as much. Whereas here, it is worth everything. And I think also what you have to bear in mind is, but normally at these tournaments, it's a lot harder. It's a lot harder to manipulate the results in the same way. Whereas in this tournament, because the tier breaks between teams are so big, you know, realistically, I don't think there's a world where Rock Esports lose to Blade unless they are actively trying to lose to Blade. And similarly, you know, when the teams run into once again, there's such a low percentage chance of beating once again. It's so important to avoid that side of a bracket. So I think it's really hard to argue it's not an error in the format, not a mistake. It's caused these problems. I think to be fair, this problem only comes because if this was just like last year, let's say, in EMEA North America, where basically it's just first place wins it all. Like, think about Esports World Cup, right? You can make an argument at the Esports World Cup, like, it's a bit of a shame. Would we have preferred Falcons and Crazy Raccoon to be the final? Potentially, but ultimately it's single elimination, right? So to win the tournament, you have to beat all the teams anyway. Yeah, if you want to come first place, you have to beat all the teams. So whether you play that team in the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, the grand final, you have to do it anyway. And quite often you'll see in a lot of tournaments that really, even in double elim, right, the lower bracket is actually the more exciting game than the grand final. I think we've seen that a lot in Overwatch League history and OWCS history as well, where the lower bracket game can be more hype, closer, more tense than the grand finals. We sometimes just get the blowout. So I think there is like an element of, I don't think there's like an inherent problem with single elim. I think it's more sort of more specifically, it's a problem with single elim where two spots are important, right? Because if we were just worried about first place here, it doesn't matter that CC are gonna, or that, you know, both teams are gonna run into once again and ultimately lose in the grand final one way or another, regardless of which way the bracket went. So as soon as the second place becomes important, as soon as the second place becomes important, that's when the nature of it changes. Is you need to prioritize both games essentially, which is what we got in the EMEA format, right? Or same as North America, but on both Western tournament formats, is where you had a qualification game for LAN, a second qualification game for LAN, and then a sort of seeding decider grand final. Try to say what is curse. So yeah, so I think they're kind of, I think the obvious choice is to throw, but you have to remember that throwing is against the rules. Intentionally losing is against the rules. I can't remember exactly how the wording is phrased in all these agreements and contracts, but it'll be something like you have to play to your best ability to win, or something along those lines, which makes it sort of legally binding. Mainly intended to stop against match fixing or anything like this. Pedal's real widow on Li Chang. So, because there's two sides of things, right? If I'm there's the team perspective, and if I'm coaching the team, I actually think I've just got to be so focused on what's the best way to qualify for LAN, because that's the ultimate goal, right? If the format incentivizes me to go about that in unorthodox ways, that's not my problem. That is the problem of the tournament. So I'm just going to play that. The problem is obviously it's against the rules to throw. So you have to do it. This is why I don't know if people saw on Reddit, but Chen, our good friend in China, Chen, said it's Oscar season today. It's Oscar season today between Rock Esports and Blade. Because as much as we talk mainly about Rock, it's also better for Blade to finish in third place as well. So from the team's perspective, I think it's a phone it in. It's a phone it in angle. Try to make it not look too obvious that you're not giving it your all, and hope the other team isn't doing the same thing. From a tournament perspective, I think you're actually kind of screwed, because I don't think there's anything you can do at this point now. Like, it's too late. It's all happened. For games like this, maybe they should have a rule that allows for winner. The problem is it's so hard to change this like overnight, which is what we're really. You have to fix this stuff at the start, because once you get into this situation, it's so fucked. Yeah, I don't know the exact phrasing, but it's mainly to stop against match fixing more than anything. But I think if I'm the tournament organizer as well, there's part of me that thinks, you should just be ruthless on the teams and give them a little. I think I was saying this yesterday. Give them a little speech beforehand that we're not accepting any bullshit, right? If you start putting people in the wrong roles, blah blah blah, playing weird comps, we're counting that as throwing, and you're disqualified. Like, do everything in your power to make it really, really negatively incentivized to throw. But also, it's kind of a tournament organizer's fault, right? So the format was decided by them. So they're also kind of on the back foot that the problem exists because of them. Is it still match fixing? I mean, it's not match fixing by definition. I think involves some kind of payout. Morning pineapple. Yeah, it's going all right. I got up early and it turned out I needed to, but it gives us time to figure out this situation. I say figure out the situation. I don't need to figure anything out. We as the viewers, we just get to watch the chaos unfold. But hey, Taco Cat, tuning in on Twitch after all this time. Welcome. Hey, Caro. Love a good mess. Yeah, so because if they were the problem with changing the format now is if you're Team CC, any format change now has to be agreed by the teams, really. But if I'm Team CC and they say we're going to change the format to double limb, I say fuck right off. We've done it. Right, we've got ourselves. We've earned it through the system. You can't just change it last minute, and this is where you get into loads of problems because as soon as you are mid tournament, none of the teams care about competitive integrity. They just care. They will only ever vote essentially in their favor for rule changes that benefit them or format changes that benefit them because as you want the teams to be, they're all focused on winning. Why are you bold? God's choice, actually. All part of God's plan. He left the sides, but he made the top bold. Can we call it the salad bowl because both teams are tossing as hard as possible? What exactly is the situation? So the situation is it's a single elim playoffs. So once again, are going to be on this bottom side of a bracket. So if you're one of the other teams, it's really impossible to beat once again. So you want to be on the other side of the bracket. Team CC achieved that by winning yesterday. OWCS, however, are going to have to fight off against Blade, where the second place in this group goes on to the once again side. The third place goes on to the opposite side. Remember, 2 spots qualify you for China, so being on the opposite side is really big. On the other hand, Blade are also in the same situation. So basically, third place gets you a better side of a bracket than second place. And OWCS again and Blade are going to play each other in a game that it's better for both teams to lose than win. No, all of playoffs will be next week. The games we're going to get so all of this is next week, starting Friday. What we're going to get today is the regular season, the final day of the regular season group stage, which will be Little Sheep versus XX, which will be a straight qualifier for second place. We'll sort out our second and third seed there. Then we get Rock versus Blade, which is our controversial game. And then once again, they're going to beat up on Super Levi because it's just what they do. So first 2 games, super interesting. First game, interesting because it is just the stakes are you get the opposite side of once again, but the key is you want to win. The second game, also to avoid the once again side of a bracket, except it's a must-lose game. Sure, we've seen plenty of must-win games in Overwatch's history in OWCS this year, but now we've got our first must-lose game. Are we 100% once again? We're just absolutely cursed on Rock. Yeah, 100%. I think this is where it gets in other stuff, in other tournaments where you may be because there's always an element of this in tournaments where we did it on London, where we'd look at the way the bracket fell out and, we'd sort of be like, here's kind of our ideal of how the bracket goes type thing. And we'd have that in mind. We'd know the possible options, but it was never worthwhile to play for that too much. It was just win the games, really. Yeah, I think you're right, Proto, because as much as there should be complaints and we shouldn't use this format next time, I feel like what tournaments normally do when something like this happens is they just kind of hold their hands up and go, look, yeah, we screwed the pooch on this one, the format's bad, won't happen again, but this is the sign up that everyone agreed to, and therefore, out of respect for all the other teams, we're going to keep this format, right? Because if you start introducing a double elim now, if I'm Team CC, is it fair on Team CC that the format was bad, so now it gets changed on them? They won their important game. They reverse swept their important game. Team CC, really hard to argue they didn't earn their spot. And if you're Rock Esports, really hard to say you could have avoided this whole fucking drama if you were just able to close out a map type deal, you know? So yeah, I think nothing's going to change in terms of the tournament format. It's just whether the decision is with the teams more than anything else, and a bit to the tournament organisers in terms of how they respond in that. If Rock and Blade choose to play the game. Yeah, I think if they just change it for next time, I think the big difference here is I don't think single elim feels that bad, because we have single elim in Korea as well. It didn't feel that bad. Maybe it wasn't in Asia, but it was in Korea itself, right? Oh no, it was in Asia as well. Yeah, because we could have had this exact same situation in Asia, right? Oh wait, no, sorry, that was lower bracket. I'm just thinking of Korea, maybe. Maybe I'm just making it all up. Yeah, Korea was single elimination, right? The difference is, instead of 2 spots, we're talking about 4 spots, right? But if it was 2 spots, we would have run into the exact same problem, right? If this was, instead of 4 spots to qualify for Asia, if this was 2 spots, we would have hit, in theory, the exact same problem of Falcons and Crazy Raccoon, only one of them get to go, and then Zeta get what feels like quite a favourable draw to get themselves to that top 2 spot. But because it was top 4 teams, it's almost kind of all irrelevant, really. How long till the game start? Yeah, we started super early today because I forgot about daylight saving. So it's actually about half an hour, I think, until the game start. They've even started the pre-stream yet. No. What am I saying? So yeah, I think it's just the mistake is really just the oversight. Now, actually, as soon as you change what's important in a tournament, because in most of the time, when you see it in other esports as well, you don't do single elim until you're at the final. You maybe do kind of what Korea did, where you have a group stage, maybe you have a bit of a series of brackets to get to your final team. So by the time you get to single elim, a lot of gameplay has happened, a lot of matches have happened, and you can be pretty confident you've got your top 4 or top 6 teams, or whatever it is. And then maybe if you do single elimination for like a final weekend, you've then got your top 4 teams, and you're all playing for first point anyway. So whether you have an easier semi-final or a harder semi-final, you've got to win both your semi-final and the grand final to actually win the event anyway. So it doesn't feel as bad. But when we're talking qualification, I think you want to make sure the games that actually define qualification are the important games. Thank you, Plork and Blorg, for the Prime. Welcome back. Because if we were just playing for first place, there'd be no conversation about this. Because what you wanted about a tournament is you want a fair chance for all the teams, and you also want the important games to happen as close to the end as possible. Which is why lower bracket into grand final works really nicely in EMEA, because you get the LAN qualification game into the actual grand final game. We have all of our stakes ramping up suitably. But part of the problem is we talked about the most important game of this entire tournament, and it's day 3 of groups. Which doesn't feel right, does it? Has there been another tournament where day 3 of groups was the most decisive game in an entire tournament? Probably not. Probably not. Hey, brown stuff. Do you think once again should pick up some Korean off-tank and some Korean main support? I don't know. I don't think they will. The problem, I mean, I guess Violet would actually be, unironically, yeah, Violet would be the option. I think Liga's really fine, actually. I don't think they need to do that. Mew's okay as well. I don't think there's anything. I don't think any of the problems they face would be worth sacrificing the language or worth introducing a language barrier for. All right, enjoy Plum, have fun. It was Mother's Day, isn't it? Ooh. Why did I say it like that? Mother's Day, though. Ooh, ooh, ooh. In the UK, at least. I think it's different in America. Who do you think is getting the Oscar today? No. Yeah, but I don't think any of the players are a problem. They've just got all the best players in China on their team, and I kind of like it, right? I like that. It's just there is just an all Chinese team that can be competitive on an international or intercontinental stage. So I think happy for them to just keep the gang together. Not worth. I don't know if at this point it'd be worth introducing a language barrier for it. What does a preset even play? I think mostly flex DPS, but he's also played hit scan as well. So I presume he's in the context of once again so far we've seen him play. We've seen him play a bit of hit scan, a bit of everything, but it's very much just felt like we're playing weak teams. Let the guys who don't normally play have an official type stuff. I think once we get to the big games for Hangzhou Land, for example, I think a preset will only really be used as a double flex DPS option. Like him and Lee will be in. He'll just come in for shy on some occasions. Mother's Day sounds like more people driving outside on daylight savings. Be safe if you're driving today. Who do you think is for first and second place in China? I think once again first by a mile. I kind of was always team CC pilled. I was a little bit worried in the game yesterday, but I think maybe I've been validated. CC and Rock, as we saw yesterday, though, very closely matched. Spark did okay in 2022. Yeah, but it's, I guess whenever you want to make a move, though, it's will it move the needle? As in, will it move you genuinely close to these Korean teams or not? As in, when I say these Korean teams, I really mean like the big three, right? Yeah, I think Farway's really good, but he's always just Monk is always just ahead of him. Who's hyped for the throw off? People, it's a must. It's a rare must lose situation. Yeah, I think Farway's really good. I think Farway's looked like easily one of the best flex supports. I don't think he looks too far away from Monk. What's the issue with the second place? So we need like a command for it. Maybe we just need a head on. But basically, it's single elim in playoffs. So once again, we're on the lower half of the bracket. So you want to avoid the lower half of the bracket. If you need to avoid the lower half of the bracket, what you need to do in Group A is finish first or third. Team CC are very locked in first. Cool. But now OWCS and Blade are going to play today. The loser goes to the easy side of a bracket. The winner goes to the hard side of a bracket. So you really want to be on the easy side of a bracket. So it's better to lose than to win on this occasion. So a test, and I guess an ethical test for OWCS and Blade today. Maybe they should pick. Yeah, but I think all of this is unfair on CC. Like, I think anytime you start changing the rules mid-tournament, it's bullshit for the teams that have been successful within the predefined format. Is there a defined meta? We're seeing a lot of Hazard, a lot of Winston, but a bit of everything. We've seen little bits of Zarya, little bits of D.Va. Oh yeah, future. Yeah, 100%. The easy part of this problem is let's not use this format again. Next time we can 100% fix and change it. The real problem is what happens today. I can drop you the Liquipedia link. It's on the if you go on the regular season, it will show you today's games. Ooh. Yeah, I guess as a cultural, do you think they'd react differently in China? Because I feel like if someone did it, like if we were in a situation in North America or EMEA, it would all just be a bit of a fucking laugh, right? Like it would all just be a bit of a fucking laugh. But is there? I don't suppose we have many Chinese people here or any Chinese people here. Is there going to be a? Is there going to be a different reaction? Who do you think's for first and second place? Yeah, I think it's going to be once again in CC, unless Rock do something really weird today. Yeah, it's today. Yes, today, actually. It's our second game. Really, yeah, really weird is the nicest possible way to say it. Yeah, I mean, what Rock can do is they can just run their Esperanza comp. Kilowatt Arse is once again strong. Yeah, they look by far the strongest team of the region. I think always a little bit weird judging region to region. Always a bit of a guess. But eye test wise, I think they're in the same category as the top NA and EMEA teams for sure. Disaster scenario. Yeah, I saw that thread on Reddit. It was such a good title. Actually, it was like, here's everything. Here's the situation. Yeah, I mean, I think they had time though, right? Like, because obviously, what's also going to be true stage 2 is there will be more time. I think stage 2 starts sometime in May for China, which is the same as the other regions, if I'm not wrong. So there's actually plenty of time for them to have a bit of a longer format and do closer to what we saw in EMEA, North America, and stuff. But in North America, if we go to the playoffs, like how many games? This was top 6 as well, right? There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 games. You can do 8 games in 3 days without it feeling particularly egregious to any of the teams. And I think if you did the same thing with the 5th and 6th seeds start in the lower brackets, I think that seems more than fair enough for the quality of the 5th or 6th teams in question and based on their results in groups, etc., etc. So if you did 8 games next week, I think it's really easy to fix, honestly. To fix for next time, it's super easy. To fix today, not really possible. Did they forget to stream today? We're in it's daylight savings, so it starts if you're in the UK, it starts an hour later than normal. Was yesterday's Esperanza actually a massive IQ setup to justify using that comp in today's match? Maybe, exactly. Maybe you're exactly right. Maybe they were. Maybe. Because the problem with throwing isn't. You can lose a game if you want to lose a game, right? We see people throw all the time in our ranked games, I'm sure. Throwing without getting caught is difficult. But what if, in a legitimate match, the most important match of your qualification, you play a complete dog shit comp that just loses? What if you do that? And then you justify that, actually, we ran that comp in our most important game. Of course we'd run it today as well. Maybe it's they're playing 4D chess. They're throwing the must-win game to make sure they can lose the must-lose game. Geniuses. You just realised? Yeah, don't worry, Panini. The reason the stream's on so early is because I didn't realise. And I just started the stream. And then I was like, why have the game started yet? Yeah, it was, I think the final time was 3 minutes, 2 seconds was the length of that Esperanza. Morning, no idea. Oh, wait, we're live. All right, let me see if I can do, I was talking to Straight Error. Found matching plugin. Oh my god, it worked. I did it myself, Stray Error. I did it myself, and all I needed was an extensive step-by-step guide on exactly how to do it, and the link of what I needed to press. All right, there we go. We're at our 13-minute countdown. Where am I going? I can pause that now. I don't need that to buffer. That works on stream as well. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I've achieved following a guide. You like the preamble chat? Yeah, I mean, because I do find sometimes that, because we don't really get it anymore in Overwatch, like on the main broadcast or anything. We don't get like a proper pre-show. You know, I don't know if people watch football, or I'm sure they do it in every sport, where the broadcast will start half an hour before the actual game, and they do it in CS as well, and it'll just be like a big pre-game, because the games are starting at the scheduled time anyway. Get a bit of a conversation about the games going. The games, the tournament, the structure, the format, the story for the teams. It feels like, obviously, as we come into OWCS, budgets constrain, and everything gets a little bit more efficient. Because I always think about it when I do the EMEA and North America co-streams as well, but it's invariably when I do EMEA and North America, it's also the day I do Korea, so it ends up being like a really long day. So the idea of doing extra doesn't feel as good. But when it's just like this Chinese tournament in the Chinese OWCS in the morning. Yeah, I mean, it used to be quite nice having the morning games. I remember even pre-Overwatch League, one of the nicest times was waking up on like a weekend or something. It'd be like 9 a.m. and you tune in and it'd just be like this elite tier best Overwatch Apex tournament going on. It used to be such a treat to have in a normal time of day. Much prefer that to when stuff is on like the North American time zone and it's on super late. Unter is alive? No way he's turned up for work. Wait, where is he? Is he actually live or is he just online? No way. Oh wait, here's one for you, straight error. Now I've got the link and it works, how do I send it to somebody else? I think Riot said viewer retention struggles if they do much of any pre-game death segments, but they need it to prepare for the next match, so they need to find a balance of minimizing for retention but long enough for the next game is set up properly. Yeah, I mean, these things are always going to be... Oh, I'll read out in a second. Yeah, but there's always going to be a certain amount of delay. I think, to be honest, it's just about the quality of what you can put out. When I watch the CS broadcasts, and again, there's more money at play, you know, but actually the quality, I was watching, what tournament was it? It was like Wednesday or something. It was just one of the like group stage qualifiers for one of the bigger tournaments in CS. And they did a bloody documentary on like Lauder's entire career. And it was so fucking good. I was getting teary-eyed during it as I was following his journey. They were bringing back people from his past that he wasn't expecting to meet from his childhood. I was like, Jesus Christ, why have they dropped this like top-tier esports documentary just to fill 20 minutes? Now, obviously, you know, no, not all of this stuff is possible, but I think there's, you know, there's a... If you make something high enough quality, it'll work. You just gotta make the best of the time, really. Ooh. Let's see. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. Let's see. Let me see if I can. Okay, so I want that link, and then stream URL, right? Dash stream. Unrecognize. Oh, I typed it wrong. Okay. All right, I got it. Nice, thank you. All right, look at me with all my command prompts open, making stuff happen. Sorry, what was we saying? Only Korea somewhat tries, but not enough. I mean, what's also really fair to say is this stuff is so much easier when all the players are at LAN. Like, you look at all these CS events, actually what happens is the players will go to these LAN venues and they'll be there for like 2 weeks. So there's plenty of time to do not just a content day, but multiple content days where it's not even super long for the players. They can just do a couple of hours here and there, and it gives them huge scope to actually make a lot of content to fill this gap. Whereas, like in Korea, we get the team interview, but it's basically one interview per. Pardon me, one interview as per team. It's always just quite a pretty standard, just question answer type thing. There's not a lot of flair, I guess, or uniqueness or creativity to it. What do you mean? Ed's built a stall? Yeah, like as in stuff to show on the broadcast, like interviews with teams or stuff. I'm not against the idea that they do some, I guess, silly ones. You know, where they have to do this, they have to do that. It's also the sort of thing that when you do that kind of stuff, it kind of relies on the player personalities. I feel like CS and CS, Halo, Call of Duty, all of these games have a load of bigger personalities. For example, when I watch him CS and Jo is just on the desk, I'm like, JO's just the funniest person on this desk. he's just one of the players. He's actually just really entertaining to listen to. So I think there's a little bit of that, but I'd also like to see ones that are like the actual player's story, like a bit of narrative, why they're here. We used to get them way back in Overwatch League. Like, some of them were memes at the time, but they're actually the type of content that's really useful. And I think they're also probably, in when we talk about like budget constraints as well, I don't know if they're the actual content that costs that much money. It took a long time. Yeah, that's also fair. Also fair. But these are the sort of things you should look to as well, right? If you're a smaller esport, what are other stuff? What are other things having success with? What other stuff? What are they able to do that we can maybe copy? Even if we don't have the same budget, what elements, what parts of it are copyable? CSN semi-finals yesterday, and the walkout is something I didn't dream of having. Yeah, I mean, yeah, CS always for the benefit of just having a billion lands all the time. I think it all snowballs in the right direction. Once you have loads and loads of lands, what you get as well is they do so many player interviews. You have to do so many post games, pre games, blah 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 blah. What happens is all the players get better at interviews just because they have to do more interviews, so they get more comfortable. They get more comfortable. You'll see a bit more of their personality. Stuff like this, and it all snowballs in a positive direction. So you get what we're kind of seeing the end products of CS now, where actually they're all just the casters, the desk, everyone are seasoned professionals. The standard is super high, and all the players are really comfortable. All the players know and get on with all the casters. And there's this really great relationship where they're able to get the players onto the desk and they just feel comfortable talking in front of camera and being on camera this entire time. Yeah, they do loser interviews all the time. Like, it made me think. Because we had it was at the Esports World Cup. We had loser interviews, and it felt like maybe it's just a case of Reddit overreacting. You know how social media can be, but people were really, oh, I don't know if we should do loser interviews, etc., etc. I was like, everyone does loser interviews. I think it's a fundamental part. If you want to watch a tournament, a competition, there must be winners and there must be losers. For the winning to mean something, somebody has to lose. There has to be that difference. You want to talk to the losers. You want to do it respectfully. You want to not just you don't just want to get people up and make them emotional in front of camera, but you want to talk to the losers because it's it's an important part of the story. The sort of emotion of losing, or what it means to lose. Because also, what happens if you talk to the people who lose, or the people who've lost the match, you're probably going to feel a bit of sympathy, a bit of empathy for them, and then next time they win, it means all that more to see them win. If the world works for what I want, Reddit wants if the world ends in a day. True. Also in normal sport, yeah, exactly, right? And this is because this is there's still like there's still like a decorum to this, I guess would be the right word, in terms of when you speak to the loser, you want to be respectful, you want to get their thoughts, and you want to feel that emotion. You don't want to just rag on them or put them in a difficult situation. You want to understand what they're feeling in that moment from their point of view. And what you should do, and this happens in traditional sports as well, is if there's a really tough loss, you don't get the 19-year-old kid to come out and do the press conference. It'll be the captain of the team or one of the older players on the team, somebody like that who's got a bit more about him, you know? So if it's a tough loss, maybe the coach comes and does the losers interview if none of the players want to, you know? And there's ways to do it correctly. Because when I think of esports events, somebody like Flora, thank you, Flora. Unter is on. Yeah, I messaged him. He's just ignoring me. Oh wait, he's already on the thing. Hold on. Maybe I'm ignoring him. What's good?
Not queuing mode. Shut it. Oh, hey mate.
No way you turned up to work today.
Yeah, I felt so bad about just stealing subs from people yesterday and then instantly going offline after.
You were telling me it was 14 minutes.
Yeah, it's a quick one. It's because my IRL spawned. What the fuck are you doing, Sim? My IRL spawned in and was like, "Hey, come out. We're near your house." I was like, "Okay, sure." You twisted me arm. Probably helped.
They literally know where you live.
Yeah. Odd that.
I sent you a link as well. It's like a pace into VLC angle.
Say again?
I sent you a link. It's a pace into VLC angle though.
Ah, right.
Have you watched any of it?
Nope.
You missed the good one. You actually had completely picked the right day to stream until you got interfered
It's
with.
insane reverse sweep, right?
Yeah, like unbelievable.
Yeah. Just down to the wire, absolutely clapped out, and then what did we get? Like, I mean, I'm glad CC won it. They're the ones that I booked the scrims with.
So,
but I mean, you reckon Rock's going to throw today? I feel like they must, right?
Yeah, It depends as well, because you've got to do it. It depends how harsh the admins are going to be. In terms of, I feel like because if you're a tournament organizer here, the kind of mistakes already happened. It's kind of your fault. So how harshly can you judge the teams for then trying to throw, or do you go the opposite direction and try and bully them into trying?
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is like you can't prove that they were throwing a lot of the time. Like, how do they? They can just claim that they just played bad, or
You
claim that they had
you
an
can do
emergency, and
you
just
can do
because.
you can do stuff where it's like, look, we're not accepting
Yeah,
any bullshit off-rolling shit. You can do that kind of thing, but
yeah,
you can't do much more. I think from the like
yeah.
admin point of view.
Ultimately, if they want to lose the match, they can and will lose the match, and there's nothing the admins can do about it because they can't. Yeah, they really have no power to enforce anything about it. Like, oh, you guys had to try harder. Like, prove that we weren't trying, motherfucker.
Yeah, all we have to do is avoid anything egregious, like intentionally off,
Off
like the
roll
off
or jumping off the
rolling
map.
or jumping off the map or just standing AFK in spawn, right?
Yeah. The problem is when you verse a Chinese and on top 3 team, that actually is what you need to do in order to
Yes. It all gets so messy because the skill disparity between so many of the teams is so large. It's actually a genuinely difficult task for Rock Esports to lose to Blade. And you
oh,
also have to bear
goodness.
in mind, if I'm Blade, it's also better to lose in this game.
Oh yeah. Blade wants to lose as well to go to the other side of the bracket. Nuclear,
Yeah.
thank you very much for the resub. Welcome back.
It's like a bit more irrelevant for Blade because they wouldn't beat Team CC anyway. So both sides of the brackets are too hard for them. But in theory, if there's a chance, the
Just a
chance
throw be
is
throw
slightly
situation,
higher. It's a must lose game.
Classic must lose game. And anything to avoid the game versus this fucking hero, dude. Classic Doomfist. Outrageous hero. Sup, brother? Feeling great subscribing for yet another month of getting to witness the premium domination you effortlessly dish out in quick play ladder. Thanks, mate. Thanks. Oh my god. How close to game start are we?
I think near. We've got our predictions in. I might go
Okay.
grab a drink or something before we start, but we're probably like 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
His
I'll
first
set up
game's
the VLC
pretty.
after
His
this.
first game has like the same stakes as the throw game, but the right way round, where it's basically the winner of the game goes to the good side of the bracket, the loser of the game goes to the bad side
I'm
of
not
the
like
bracket.
I'm not buying it, to be honest. I'm just not buying into this like illusion that the stakes actually exist for any teams other than the ones that can qualify. So like,
Oh, okay,
I
nice.
respect the optimism. I respect the attempt to create a show for the viewers, but like I'm just not buying your bullshit, mate.
Yeah, just I don't know. I think you should buy it. There's a chance it's not 3-0. We might have back-to-back
Yeah,
non-3-0
that's
games, and then we are living in some kind of fantasy world.
yeah. I mean, I don't believe you, but whatever.
Throw it back. I'll come back with a more convincing argument.
That's if. Oh fuck. Funny Astro gets that kill. Funny Astro positions to boot the slamming ball into the well as well. I hope Suki got it. Come on. Well, say by a railing, motherfucker. Out of there, man. Shit is always getting fucked up by this guy's roll. It's gonna be funny to see how they throw while trying to avoid DQ'd. I mean, like, they're both gonna do it though, right? Like, they both want to lose. It's just gonna be like the most fucking cum match of all time. You suck at boobs? Yeah, I mean, I think I'd suck at Overwatch, to be honest. I can see the concept of good Lucio performance. I mean, I have concepts of a plan. Oh, again. Can't get it done. I do suck at boobs. I'll never be him. What that? Bola. I feel like I should go for the Zen over the wall, you know? Maybe by swinging right in his face and killing myself. Respect. That's an immense respect moment.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Oh, wrong caster desk.
Oh shit, that feels like it's getting closer to a game, right?
So
We better win this last fight on Koth then, with our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ults.
What could go wrong?
Thought I heard a Cassidy there. Oh, alright, they broke our tire, that's 1 ult down. Don't worry about touch as well. Like, I can't even boot that man. I can just give up. I'm retiring.
This is
I haven't
it.
got a
This
single
is
boop in the hole this round. Yeah, this is it. I'm done. I'm actually fed up. Like, I'm so upset with the fact that I haven't booped someone in the hole this round that I think I'm just quitting. This is the last time I ever play Overwatch. This is bothersome. I'm genuinely bothered. Everyone who queues up goats to not play goats needs to be put in a latex cube and have their shriveled balls cut off. I like the latex cube. People saying it's better to lose? Yeah, our one Overwatch, it's better to lose. Both teams, whoever loses this match versus Rock and whatever, and maybe even the first game, winds up on the opposite side of the bracket to once again. And you really don't want to be on the same side of the bracket as once again, because it's a single Elim playoff bracket. And yeah, you don't want to have to play against the best team by an enormous margin. It's actually a lot easier to play against the second best team. Let's grab this link.
是的 ，Team 叉叉双 C Elko 以及阿公的双 C 飞扬的坦位 ，Unknown 以及 Esther 的辅助位。那其实我觉得今天其实我觉得影响会比较大的是一个。
Yeah, we should check sync when we can, but I'm hoping we're in a just work situation.
Just works, mate. Yeah, it's one of those things that just works. So come on now.
那假
牙
牙
silly.
在我们之前的这个比赛里面，我其实看了一下，多数坦位的选择其实都是偏。
Alright.
Someone in chat, I'm pretty sure as well, this is Fei Yang in the qualifiers was on Little Sheep, and then he got poached to this team. I think that's right.
Oh wow. Getting poached off Little Sheep to a weaker team?
They're pretty evenly matched, I think. I mean, I guess the implication is actually people think Team XX are better, otherwise you wouldn't have jumped the ship.
Yeah, I guess. He just really wanted to play with Ek.
Can you blame him?
离江塔，那离江塔其实这两天我们看的也很多啊。是的。虽然
I'm not an Ek head.
拿一些
it's
PK
my
friend
的这个
stream.
拿出了一手
Sorry,
奥
mate.
利莎，奥利莎，
Um,
双辅也是
yeah, I wouldn't want to play with Ek.
英雄禁用，选择 leadership 搬掉安娜，而 Team 叉叉搬掉了一手
These queues are too long.
针对，我觉
Q
得
6v6 O's, everybody.
首先安娜的话，Team 叉叉的这个安
You
娜
don't have time
I
for
need
another
this.
one.
他在第一场的比赛，
You don't know that.
砸得非常
I
没错
I
而且
do.
他这个进疗瓶砸过
I
去
can
之后
see the
哦
future.
I can make the VLC small.
对，这个就是我刚刚说的，他们我没有完全没有看到说刚
Oh wow, I really don't have time for another one, eh? Like,
Yeah,
they're in the game.
as you get 10-second game in.
I have to commend you for your accurate assessment of the situation when the chips are down.
I mean, I've had a pretty
Alright,
rough
3,
go of it.
2,
It
1,
works.
0.
It's so I wake up this morning, I boot up the stream, at which point I then
No, no.
realise today was
Oh,
daylight
no.
savings. And it's an hour until the game start.
张小图是来到了庭院啊，而肥羊第一手选择就要奥利莎吗？这是一个确定的阵容吗？没有选择在控制中心啊，而是直接拿了一手奥利莎。现在又切回到了
we're in sync?
啊，这张地图
Yeah, 3, 2, 1.
去近点看一下
Yeah, yeah, perfect, man.
哦，又回到了庭院。
All right, Team X rolling out on the Orisa. Little Sheep playing the Hazard. A little bit of a clash here. I feel like Hazard might have a bit of an advantage in this head-to-head. Or if Jaya just avoids the tank fight, gets on top of Squishies, might be able to make something happen. Straight away, shifts in deep with Alpha Ree. Not gonna, or actually will take down Lilko, but Jaya and DMs will fall afterwards. And it does look like Team X, they're just gonna come out on top of this one. Little Sheep playing the first trade, but the scrap is so much better for Team X.
We've seen quite a lot of Orisa coming out from Fei Yang so far, and he's been hitting every spear in the previous game. Didn't help him to win, but he's certainly showed a lot of proficiency on the hero, and he'll get to hold this choke now. And once we get to this part of it, we're going to see Little Sheep trying to retake through the point, jumping over there. Fei Yang will come in mirror the position, tries to boot the Hazard off, back onto the map, speared again, doesn't go off the map though. All cooldowns used, and Fei Yang actually dies for that. Big opening for Little Sheep now in this retake. Chance to find it on their next Hazard timing. Jayo waiting for that one. Argon's trying to keep a point contested, but down to 14 HP. Has to deflect. Lamp isn't actually in a useful position for him. That'll be a free retake. Just Fei Yang, too frisky at the choke.
Fei Yang really thought that they could make it happen, swinging around that corner, trying to spear the Hazard off the map, but just no such luck. Burned every cooldown for it and winds up with their pants around their ankles as Little Sheep push back in. Now Little Sheep, they're in control, and they've got some nice ultimates to play with as well. A high noon for the long stretch on the objective, potentially a beat drop and an orbital ray a little bit later into the fight. But Team X, if they make this rotation onto the objective, they're going to swing with a window. They're going to pop down that window and just start peeking Little Sheep. So we really got to see who's going to open up the fire right now, Zeb.
Need DMs to respond with that beat aggressively, go through the window if that gets popped on point. The window has been used now, but it looks quite shallow actually. They can't, yeah, they're just peeking it for free. So they can wait this one out. Ray in response from Kim first to start pushing back. Luca was dropped behind noon, deflect, shoots himself in the face. There was no lamp in time. Now the high noon to keep pushing. Felt a bit unnecessary from Brendan, but you know what they say about greed. And that's going to be a quick another one for Little Sheep.
I don't know what they say about greed. Could you enlighten me, please?
I actually don't know what they say about greed either. I was hoping you would know.
Oh, I was told that greed is good. Is that something that they say about greed? I believe that's what they say. But
I think it's
no
one of the
position to confirm or
sins.
deny. Oh god, one of the 7 deadly ones. Push over the bridge from Fei Yang. No, Team X are all the way in. Blade popped by Argon, but the counter beat from DMs is good. No beat from Team X. They had the beat drop, but they just couldn't pop it. Little Sheep, they've managed to preserve multiple ultimates as well. They've still got the blade, the downpour, but Argon just gonna do it himself. Takes down DMs and Whale. These are crucial trades for Team X's retake. Fei Yang, Aster, Argon all look to be on the same respawn wave though. So Little Sheep and Team X, they're actually gonna have a little bit of a clash with no full team on either side. Jaya's holding forward, has the downpour. Let's see if he can get it out.
Argon's going to get a point touch. They're actually going to try and punish his point touch. They've got on point now. Beat is still available for Unknown as they take this fight. Downpour's going to come out at the choke. It catches a few people in house. Beat comes out, catches 3 people. I think the 3 people it needed to survive the downpour, but now the blade is free. But how far he gets shut down? Lamp does enough. Now they need to help Fei Yang on point. He's awfully low. He's popped the fortify. Giant's trying to double down on him. He's found the BAP on the coast. This BAP is completely isolated. Takes that one down as well. They will get the conversion. Didn't need the blade value in the end. And Little Sheep will be taking his first round.
Jaya just good for it in these mid fights. Our very first fight, Jaya went very aggressive inside a room, got countered by Team X's Orisa, but in every other neutral, it feels like the Orisa just isn't doing quite as much as Jaya on the Hazard, going deep, constantly finding kills with the slash, with the wall, isolating squishies, and it just seems super awkward to play into. Need a little bit more from Team X here, but playing heroes like the Baptiste, and then popping the window super shallow at the back of the point. It's all too easy for Little Sheep to counter them out. Thank you very much for 8 months of money wasted, Fixed Red Eyes. Welcome back. Oh, and Jarvis Overwatch as well. I don't know if I thanked you even. Welcome back. Thank you very much.
More subs, more than a 14-minute stream as well. Living the dream.
Yeah, I'm going to end stream now.
The Baptiste just seemed like a bit of a rogue pick here, a bit vulnerable into this Hazard Genji type aggressive comp. We saw a few missed lamps in the mix of it as well here. Going to stick onto the Baptiste as they try and take control of the courtyard area. Need to deal with the DPS on the flank. Both cooldowns popped, and Brendan Fraser, he's awfully separated right now. He's in so much trouble. He's been left behind. Little Sheep, they try and collapse on the tail as Team XX push forward, but they can't catch anything. So they'll move over to point as point unlocked, but it's player advantage for Team XX.
Team XX one ahead. Brendan Fraser missing in action, but if they don't close this fight quickly, Brendan Fraser's going to be back in main. Jaya goes super deep, takes down Eyestill with the wall, and now everyone on Team X is so incredibly low. Jaya cannot get back into cover though, and will be traded out by Lilko, so the fight is far from over. Alpharee inside the green room, watching the rotation over to the coast. Team X are about to step up, but they don't have their Baptiste to heal them through. They've got so many bodies on the point, but if the fight goes long, they might be whittled down on health. Point flip goes their way though.
Don't contest it here, Little Sheep. And they even just catch Whale again. 2 cheap deaths given away from Whale, and that's going to allow Team XX to get back on the point. And because the Baptiste went down, they actually have this beat so quickly on the side of Unknown. They're going to catch Kim, so they won't need the beat for this one. They've got a Genji separated on the coast. Should be able to get these clean up kills. It's actually the shield perk coming out from Fei Yang here, which is an interesting choice.
Shield perk from Fei Yang. Oh my god, no way. Who the fuck is using their resist shield? In big 20. What? Does that replace spin?
It replaces spin, yeah.
I kind of see the vision, to be honest. Like, you don't need to spin Hazard. You might as well just chuck up a shield in front of him, get it going that way. Anyhow, High Noon swing from Lilko, but a little bit late, as everybody from Little Sheep is able to just rotate over to the objective. Fortunately, Mr. Kim, out of respect, is just going to swing main and peek it. So Lilko's High Noon finds one, a second kill for Fei Yang with the spear as Brendan Fraser falls, and Little Sheep, this is a disaster of a fight. They've used beat, Alpharee has pulled the blade, they're trying to pull it back from the blink, they've found one, but they need more.
Need more. They're still trying to keep eyes on this Genji behind. Argon's going to walk into Alfari now, but again, you see the power of the Hazard. Overloads that side. Downpour comes out. Is dodged. A no gets caught in main. Now the Ray Terror Surge was used. Finds nothing. And Team XX, they don't get the value out of any of their ults, really. And they get themselves back on point here, Little Sheep. High Noon to spare too.
I didn't have an accident, it was a retaliatory action, okay? Yeah, please name and shame the place that charged you $18 for a pint right now. I need to know, so that I can go there and piss on the walls of their bathroom and piss all over the floor. Anyhow, retake now for Team X. No ultimates available. Brendan Fraser has the High Noon in the back pocket, but Jaya is playing wide right now. They try to force him out, and he gets stuck behind enemy lines. They want to chase him, but they need more. Looks like he might just be able to escape through main, and this has bought lots of time for Little Sheep. All of his block has been depleted, but no progress has really been made. Argon tries to dash onto the Lucio, gets caught up in a tree. Brendan Fraser pulls the High Noon to the back of the objective, and Team X, they're just going to kite this one out. Oh, the swing from Brendan is so good for a big, fat, repulsive man. He's still good for it. Takes down Unknown and Fei Yang, and it's just going to be a wipe.
Great value out of the High Noon there. Really almost always seems to be the lowest value out in any type of matchup here, but a nice late swing, catches unawares, and now it's going to come down. One final attempt at this retake for Team XX. Need to win this round to keep the map alive. They're going to have a window to start the fight with here, but they need to be so wary of this Alfari blade. They're going to try and rotate coast, but this is going to set up maybe a really big blade if they get caught. They've had to lamp on the way through. Booped off the map, doesn't survive. None of them make the rotation there. Window comes out, downpour over the top, off the map one final time. Alfari's going to follow him off. And that'll be the round. That'll be the map for Little Sheep.
Little Sheep, I mean, they had their moments where it looked a little bit dicey for them, but just, you know, by the numbers, seems like they've got, oh god, what's the other team's name?
Little Sheep?
小杨
Little
他们
sheep.
的这个
Yeah,
的
the other
技
one.
术上的一些选择，所以
Yeah, yeah, they've
整
got
个
Team
的
X's
练
number.
习的
That's it.
方
Yeah,
针，
Team XX.
和练习
No
的一个
hope.
法
Hello,
呢，这个
Dandy,
方向
Dandy
都是偏
Lions
接
or
的，
Concha,
所以
if that's
率
the
先
method
做
of
出改变
yeah.
的是
What are these
叉叉，
casters,
但
mate?
是
Come on,
今
look
天
at
第一
that
张
trim.
图
How
效果
that
就
trim is
很好
completely valid. I don't know what you're saying about one of these casters. Is
He's
Melbourne
gone-
worth visiting if I'm lazy? No.
He's gone full buttoned up, no tie as well, which it sits
首先
wrong
我
with
觉得
me.
两支队伍今天一上来就直接开始针对起对面的
I think-
这个各自的英雄池擅长的
I think it looks good.
上的一个点。
I think it looks good. I don't think he
那
needs a
么现
tie.
在叉叉来到了
A tie wouldn't suit that
去
hair,
选
but
择
you
I
know,
mean, yeah,
a
true,
little
but
bit more formality for the final day. You know that
首先
works.
英雄池没有
Where's
太多的
Tutu?
问题
Tutu's somewhere, Ben. She's actually involved in this
对，但是
production
在第一
in
张
some
地
way.
图，你说
I'm
是
pretty
看
sure.
威能也好，还是说
Hopefully she's at the
想要去
event.
做一个偏接的一个打法尝试也好，
I don't understand Chinese drip.
效果一
I
般
mean,
对
that's really quite possible.
打出一点亮眼的操作吧，但是毕竟对方是 OA 嘛，那今天
对
在实力比较相近的一个情况之下，虽然也有自己的一个小
Oh, I could probably get it. Oh no, wait, their production's really quick here, right? Like I can't.
Yeah,
fit a
you
6v6
what you'll
in
get
there.
is there'll be like a 20-minute or so break between games normally, depending on if it's not a 3-0, then if it's like a 3-2, then maybe a bit less. But if it's like a 3-0, we'll probably be in about 20-minute break.
Also, it's not the unrolling schedule where it's every 2 hours and they just torture me the whole time, or
No, it's like a softer rolling schedule.
yeah. Oh yeah, no, them cowboy ties. We should get bolo ties for the Chinese casters. I feel like that would be great, actually. Like, you know, these guys would look insane with bolo ties. Depru, thank you very much for the resub. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Parasocial French Club. How much for an Elon coaching session? Tesla forever, brother. Tesla forever. Thanks for the 6 months. See you on Mars.
If you want to join Elon's Face It Club as well, I believe it can be found under Billionaires in Bronze.
Ah, billionaires in bronze, of course. And loved by all of your children equally.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, probably equally. Doesn't mean it's a high number, but it's equal.
Hey, can you do the X jump? I'm low-key tempted to do the X jump now. All I need is a shirt that pulls up really high so you can see half of my big repulsive belly while I do the X jump, and we're good to go.
What's the X
Maybe I
jump?
can wear a suit with cowboy boot. The X jump?
Yeah.
You know the X jump. The Elon Musk doing this like awkward nerdy jump where he spreads his arms out in the air to make the shape of the X because he's
Oh.
obsessed with the letter X. And but you've never seen the X jump?
No, hold on.
The X jump will be like a sub goal. There's no way that I'm gonna let you all see it flopping around. Like, this is just not happening.
Googling that. Oh, here we go.
来多少次都不嫌烦，
我可什么都不怕。
你值不少钱呢。你们要不整齐一点来
He doesn't have a big league.
I gotta kill this Nightbot, man.
He's never playing in the NBA.
Who's that?
Elon Musk.
What? He's literally like a top 5 world NBA player. In his spare time.
In his spare time.
While crushing the US government and running 5 different $1 companies.
He's quite often
also-
seen playing Path of Exile with one hand while shooting
Acting
3-pointers.
He's just good for it, basically. He's just really good for it. Will Rock throw in order to win? I've actually got an inside track to Rock's team management, and yes, they will. Yes, LeBron queuing hoops ranked for him. Thoughts on Freya? Is she gonna have a place in pro
其实我
play?
们就看，首先他们集火也能打出来，
I don't
第
know.
一波集火
I think she
开
might be good,
然后在
but
夜市的
I
时
don't
候
know.
抓
She's
落单的
probably,
人
she's probably
速度
broken.
能提起来，大家
Don't be mean to
都
my
很
chat,
错
Speedy.
但是就问题就是来到了大招轮次的时候，
没错，
这个8D 的大招可能在我们现在的比赛里面很少见到。
是的。
但是他的这个大招，我
Oh,
看到
you know what I watched last night?
这个技能用出来之后，就
The
没有
studio.
很好的这个人头。
What's the first 2 episodes?
What's that?
Actually, really good. It's a show about it's made by Seth Rogen, written by Seth Rogen and some other people, and Seth Rogen
Not
plays.
interested already. Yeah.
No?
I'm good.
It's really
Stop you
good.
right there.
It's really good.
Does he constantly talk about how fucking awesome it is to smoke weed, or?
No, it's not like a stoner thing at all. It's about like a producer at a movie studio.
But he's like, it just happens to like go home and smoke weed because it's so fucking cool.
Honestly, I've watched 2 episodes. There was no weed.
I genuinely refuse to believe that.
There was no weed. It's just a good show. It's just a good show. It's really enjoyable.
I don't know about that. I'm just gonna go and watch Pineapple Express instead. The studio. Yeah, alright. Whatever, dude. I'm looking it up. It's not buying it. I'm looking for the stills of him just.
There was no joint. There was no. I mean, a joint was mentioned at one point, but really not in a. Joints are so cool.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
But it's like such an irrelevant. It's not key to the plot. It's not key to his character. It's just it was just a joint in the film at one point or in the show.
Yeah. Tesla forever, everybody. Tesla forever. Alright. Map 1 starts. Not really looking too hot for Team XX in hindsight. You know, the whole 6.3 KD to 1.1? That doesn't feel right.
Yeah, normally you want the bigger number in these situations.
I like big numbers.
Hmm.
You hope a Blizzard intern sees this chat? I hope not. One too many people saying Tesla forever right now.
Just one too many. If we were just if one less, if one person could just hold it back for a little bit.
I love X the everything up though. I really do love X the everything up. Free speech is back, guys. Unless you disagree with his opinion. In which case, free speech might not be back.
You can speak freely. All you need to do is say the right things. It's pretty simple.
Exactly right. Do not say cisgender, or you are in big trouble. First time Tesla? No. Wait, the dude on the left got rid of his glasses? Did he have glasses at the start? There's no way.
No,
I don't want to rewind to fuck up the sync.
I think you
I'll
can
go to
rewind
Xavier's
on
stream
this
and
anyway.
rewind a bit. I can rewind on your YouTube stream and figure it out that way. Let's get to the bottom of this chat room.
What do you have? Like laser eye surgery between rounds?
You're just making shit up, Speedy. He didn't have glasses to begin with.
He's just imagining glasses.
Just gaslighting me. You can't pull the wool over my eyes, man.
I thought we might be in a face situation, you know. Completely functional eyesight plus glasses.
Oh yeah, face who got laser eye surgery and then continued to wear the glasses.
Yeah. One of the few, maybe the only person in the world who voluntarily wears glasses while having completely functioning vision.
Yeah, I mean, typically people get laser eye surgery so that they can continue to wear the glasses. You just realize after the fact that it's like, no, I actually kind of fuck with the glasses. Like, this works for me. What did I even get this surgery for? What's this? Honor ban, Ramatra ban. Is that a tank protector, or are these guys just psychos?
Could be open up a Zarya angle. Jai has played some Zarya in the past.
Yeah. Almost everyone looks better with glasses. Hashtag truth nuke. Again, confusion. Almost everybody looks better with a job too. Like, just please, a job. I beg of you. I will not stop until you start tweeting like Piplop threatening, you know, that like saying that you dream of assaulting me. Yeah, exactly. I was just sitting around daydreaming about assaulting you again. Like, I need a. Yeah.
Until violence is threatened, it's really hard to take you seriously.
Until it looks significantly worse with glasses. People have had a banger today. I wouldn't know. I have them muted. I wouldn't know. I gave up. All right, you're right. They've protect banned, or they've banned Ram to open up the Zarya, and now they're on the Zarya.
I mean, he's looked pretty decent on the
You think the Zarya's
Zarya.
gonna-
His biggest
beat
problem has
Hazard?
just been overextending. I mean, he's just gonna go Hazard. Yeah. I mean, it feels like it opens up for Zarya. And he clearly had, like, considered it for a little second, but we're just gonna add more of a Hazard mirror. I mean, Jaya also by trade isn't actually a tank player. He's just filling in on tank as Fei Yang. Ditched for Sheep for Team XX, which seems to be a bad decision so far in terms of how the series has gone.
How are you going to put me in a latex cube? What are you going to get? How are you going to get the money to buy the latex to build the cube? How are you going to put me in a latex cube?
Latex isn't free. It doesn't grow on trees.
Yep. I don't give it up. Fuck. Fuck. It's a disaster. All right. Team X on the Hazard. It's just a clean Hazard mirror right now. I'd say that Team X's comp is a little bit better because the Brigitte in the mirror is a little bit of a liability, something that is easy to run down. Let's see whether or not Kasari can juggle their life and actually get some value on the Brig, or whether they are just going to be that liability that we may expect. Just kind of slow neutral right now. A lot of squishies pushing inside. Really dangerous space to be pushing against a Hazard. Great wall from Jaya, but Unknown manages to slip out.
Manages to survive. We'll get a bit of a reset here. Gonna posture over to the right-hand side instead. Little Sheep a little bit. Fighting around this corner. Swing comes in from Fei Yang. Takes a lot of damage for that one. They're trying to keep walking, but Fei Yang has to be careful. Low on block, slightly low on HP. Both just trading. He tries to get out. He's gonna get caught on the way out. Fei Yang falls first, but it's been traded for Kim by Argon. He's behind him. They just don't actually have any awareness that Argon is behind him. He's gonna get a second kill. He's got so much damage out here. Deflect is there, but Argon is getting full pocket, and he'll just take over this fight. And Team XX should be closing it out from here.
Yeah, very long first fight, minute and a half for things to finally be said and done. A little bit of lag there, but I don't think it's going to take us out of sync because it's, what, 22, 21?
Yeah, mine did
20,
the same. With
19, yeah, okay, all right. We're actually in sync even with our lag, so that is no problem at all. Oh, you don't know any players? Yeah, you don't know any players because we're in China, that's all. Anyhow, Fei Yang, 50% to the downpour. Still quite a mile away. Jaya way ahead, but Argon manages to take down Alfari very early on in the piece, so Little Sheep spotted bother. Brigitte in a world of pain as well. Fei Yang was traded out though, so still a chance for Team X to throw this one away. Argon incredibly low up on that high ground. Little Sheep, they're pressing forward. Jaya finds the trade, and now it's just a 3v3. Maybe some ultimates wouldn't go. Oh no. Just refusing to ult as Team X fall by the wayside, allowing Jaya to chop through everybody without ulting back.
Nice and easy clean up in the end, and they'll get that retake. And get to hold on to most of their ultimates. Only the downpour invested. Fei Yang's made the move on to Junker Queen as well. A hero we've seen a little bit more, but not seen a whole lot of Junker Queen into Hazard historically. We'll see how it works out for Fei Yang. They do have a big set of ultimates to trade here. It's going to be Ray v Ray, Rally versus B, everything like this. Slightly quicker DPS ults for Team XX on this retake. So if they move quickly, there is a small window of time here. We've got to try and close this distance. Overclock swing from Casanova. Slides straight into that Ray. Going to regret that one. Beat not in time to save him. Argon's popped the blade anyway, trying to cut through everything, but the rally is going. Fei Yang is isolated, and they will make it work. Going to keep it rolling forward here, Little Sheep. Had to invest both their support ults and their blade, but more than worth the price.
Yeah, Little Sheep seem to understand a rule that Team X does not, which is you can use ultimates to win fights or turn close ones. So now Team X, they pumped 3 into that losing fight, but they've given up the checkpoint nonetheless. 2 fights in a row. Not much time at all for Little Sheep to find their way back into the piece. Brendan Fraser closing on that overclock, and Jaya already 70% to another downpour. Orbital Ray gets popped up in main by Team X. Deep push for Fei Yang, but the kite from Little Sheep is all too easy. That orbital Ray seemed super rushed. Everybody from Little Sheep was already around the corner, and now Jaya's looking for an engagement. Huge damage onto Eister, takes him down very early on, and is now just pressing forward. Junker Queen trapped in the corner. Casanova's going to fall. There's not even a trade on the cards for Team X.
The fights in this area especially are where we're going to see the biggest difference between Junker Queen and Hazard. You see Jaya is able to kite out top left. He can go back up to the high ground. Lots more ways to play the topography off the map, whereas Fei Yang is sort of stuck just trying to fight in main, out in the open. So when that Rapus doesn't find the initial value, it's all too easy for Little Sheep to re-engage. Didn't even have to use the overclock to come back into that one. So now they can start this next one with overclock. Jai can look for the downpour mid-fight and start to look like a scary situation for XX.
Yeah, Team XX really back to the wall already. Brendan Frazier gets knifed in, but is able to slide backwards. Fei Yang's shout is forced. Down kill comes out, catches Fei Yang. Aster as well, as they will fall to Brendan. Brendan still has not pulled the clock. It's a 5 versus 4, and Little Sheep, they don't even need to ult because they just keep getting the push. Brendan does pull the clock in the end, chasing down Casanova, who has been counterwalled out in main. Brendan Frazier missing absolutely every shot with this clock, but the players stuck on the flank. They cannot find the trades. Oh my god, Fei Yang pulls the rampage, antis too, but cannot find the kill. Wall catches Aster for another potential kill, but no, they will escape through the cracks. Frankie Bro _AG, welcome back for the 4 months.
Now looking for a full cap here. Desperation doom swap from Fei Yang trying to get back on point. Blade to finish it. Ray as well. Beat comes out from Unknown, but Alfari gets 2 kills before that. They're all in spawn. Unknown is getting the final touch. Casanova's found a trade, but they need more. They're still stuck in spawn. Rally will shield the rest of it up, and it is a quick Esperanza.
Like a rogue swap to Queen, it feels like. They were winning on the Hazard Mirror. They took 2 fights in a row, or they should have taken 2 fights in a row. But after being taken down 3v5, for some reason, the tank of Team X decides that they're just going to jump onto Queen and give it away. Lose all ability to chase, lose all ability to take high ground control, and just slip through the cracks. The Sheep are so little today. I mean, they're bigger. They're bigger than the other side.
Yeah, this is really a position for Fei Yang. It starts to look like a bad move. Real bad move to swap from a Little Sheep to Team XX.
Oh. It's a good cube picture confusion, I must admit. CoreX194K for the 3 months. Oh no, sorry, 6 months. Welcome back to the Parasocial Friends Club. Thank you very much, making the shameless richer. Yeah, it feels good. You really thought this guy would have put his glasses back on for this analysis? Yes, the glasses that never existed, of course.
是的，还有很多调整的空间。好的，那么第一场比赛，小杨已经拿到他们的赛点，我们稍事休息，稍后回来。
Oh, yuck.
Say yuck.
Check your Discord, bro. Fuck you. I'm not crazy. Wait, you got a picture of this guy wearing glasses?
It's 100% going to be a picture where he's just drawn on glasses in paint.
What the fuck?
Wait, are the glasses... What? Are the glasses real?
This is a Photoshop, dog. Like, this is fake. This is fake. This is a fake picture. You're gaslighting me. Like, it's 1-0 in both situations. Like, this is a screenshot from like the same scene, bro. Like, it's real, you dickhead. That's bullshit, bro. Like, you're just bullshitting me. Let me get the pictures up.
Let's get to the bottom of this. We can solve a mystery.
Like, he's just gaslighting me. I'll get the pictures up. It's not real, dude. It's not fucking real. I'm not buying your bullshit. All right, I'll hide the VLC. Look, this is what he sent me, right? So 1-0 Little Sheep to Team X, right? And then he sent me this. Also 1-0 to Little Sheep. These are not real glasses. This is a fake image.
Those aren't real glasses.
It's like his facial structure has changed. Like you've used like a face app or something. Like what's happening here? Like this is bullshit, dog. Like something's happening here. 10/21 Commander X YouTube stream.
It's just not true.
Just, you can't pull the wool over my eyes. Yeah, minus 10/21. I'm there, mate. I'm there. There's no glasses. Go to Aftermath 1 on Xavier's YouTube stream. We're there! There are no glasses! Look at his... What happened to his face? His lips got more plump. This is some bullshit. Like, you're not pulling the wool over my eyes. Why is it so beautiful? It's just like it fully changed the structure of his face. I'm not buying it. I'm not fucking crazy. I'm just not buying your bullshit, though. Like, I'm
欢迎
bothered.
大家回来。
I'm bothered.
那目前来看的话，是由 Leadership 小杨拿到自己的赛点。Team 叉叉自己用过的枪当中，还有双长
Outrageous.
套 Diva 的长短枪没有用过，但是目前看来，害哉对跳和这个奥利莎地推都有点不太打得过。
现在就说了嘛，两套体系都打过了，但是都没有打出特别好的效果。
是的，
反而在选择了一套就是加速阵容，但是在这个速度上面
You just don't want to say the truth? Yeah, I'm willfully ignorant. That's the situation here. I'm willfully ignorant.
其实女王卢肖加上乌子的一套。
I'm paid by the government to deny the truth. I am a government shield.
It's a classic glasses denier situation.
把状态 P 掉不少。
In many such cases.
He's been
We're getting
radicalized
pretty stuck into moon
radicalized on
landing deniers
Facebook,
last night.
and now he's. Were you? Did you go out with Chris? What happened?
My friend was talking about how much moon landing deniers piss him off.
He's a moon simp.
Yeah, he's a moon simp. He's like an engineer, and he's like, it pisses me off so much when people, like ascribe to a hoax, some marvel of human ingenuity. Like,
Remember when we did
Stop
this
gaslighting me,
incredible
Chad.
thing? Nah, wasn't real, mate.
是的。
that is an insane emote, Suki. That is an insane emote. Happy Eid. Eid Mubarak, everybody.
那这个我觉得是
Happy
Is it-
Mother's Day as
what's your
well.
name?
外的，因为他们不是一个激活阵容。
Zidane Omar? Wait, today's Mother's Day? No way.
In the UK, I don't know if Australia's different.
Mother's Day Australia? Oh, thank God it's the 11th of May. I was going to fuck I'm so done.
The same
Oh,
happens
God.
to me when they have like American Mother's Day, and everyone's be like Mother's Day. I'll be like, wait.
在这个败战之前，但是他能够准确的找到
Shocker.
机会，并且执行成功这个击杀，也是说明选手个人能力在线的。
那你觉得
Stop cubing me.
地图类型要去做地图类型阵容上面要去做
I've-
调整吗？其实两套都打。
I've got an additional a theory for the glasses
小杨这
glasses take, which is there's actually two casters who are identical twins. One of them wears glasses, one of them doesn't wear glasses, and that's why we're experiencing the confusion.
主要是说实话，搬了一手，就是对于叉叉来讲，他们搬了一手安娜。
Wait, confusion like my Twitch chat?
虽然是对面的这个双场
Yeah.
The one that's going to put me in the cube?
但拿不准就是这边
No, experience confusion. The
加速三加速
what would it be?
怎么样？但是你
Adjective?
这样的一个效果，你不太好有调整的空间了。
Yeah.
，yeah.
I'll
go with that.
选择搬
I know nothing, so like it's hard to know. To be honest, I'm not an
anyone,
expert
if anyone
on
in
these
chat
things.
speaks English, please let us know.
My Twitch chatter, I don't know you like that, bro. You just typed in the chat. You just proved it. You just proved it. Confusion. I know that your identity, extends beyond existence in my Twitch chat, but like your identity to me is sort of just like exactly what I can see directly in front of me, and all I ever see of you is my Twitch chat and cubes on Twitter. So,
I've just seen the cube.
Unter, why would you put yourself in a cube? It feels really good.
You do look quite happy in this emote. It's hard to tell
Yeah, no.
exactly, but you can sort of. I'm getting the impression that you're happy.
I mean, Suki had to edit out the stiffy from the picture actually, so I was very happy.
You've been censored.
再不搬来不及了，感觉有点。
Yeah, you got to do certain things to get on 7 TV. Is the problem.
Oh, Aspo says they just got a Tesla ad. Congratulations! I
Oh.
presume a Tesla. You'll be
Tesla
ordering that.
forever.
You'll be ordering that one right away.
还是因为之前毛家太过强势，怎么说呢？就是毛家可以很好的限制住他整体一个免伤效果，而且对跳来讲的话，他那个团队的这个保护还是要比
First time Tesla again.
现在毛家
I will not enter the cube. I will not enter the cube. I will not acknowledge the glasses. These are my daily affirmations.
既然你带的是一个提速机制
哦，哈瓦纳
对
I will steer clear of latex cubes.
要怎么去搬
All
选
that.？
之前的话，Leadership 在这张地图是选出来过。
Oh my god, he sent me another picture with glasses edited on. This one's much more convincing, to be fair. This is like, how are you doing this? Like, what What app is doing this, bro? This is insane.
Is it possible
AI's
be using
getting way
X
too
for
good.
everything app?
It's almost impossible that they're using XD everything else. Let's see the file names on these.
对对，比较强势。
Image.png. That's not the sort of file name that you
Convincing.
get from the Edna thing, you know? Like, no, that's like what a screenshot would be, which is like more convincing in a way.
They just took a screenshot of their paint
其实我刚刚没有聊完那个话题，就是
or whatever.
It's not paint,
Whatever
mate.
program.
Like this is not the work of paint. Come
Yeah,
on.
but it's-
基本上没有打的残局，残局只有在大招团的时候，
The cube is insane.
只有那个时候他们才敢打，所以
Speedy's got serious talent, I think, when it comes. Wait, how is Unter's Gimp spawned in now? Like, you hear about a cube and you just fucking pop in out of nowhere.
It was in the
Latex
cube.
cube mentioned.
一般的一个弊病。
Thought I was in the cube in this situation.
There's multiple cubes.
先看两支队伍的前排会去做一个什么
Ah, well, who's gonna get us out of the cube if we're both in the cube?
梅卡拉玛。
Need a third player.
我们在这张地图上
Zen ban from Team X, Widow ban from Little Sheep, starting out on the Ram May. Any merit to this?
然后或者锁
I don't know. They're gonna hold in spawn so they can play for a bit of a free fight. I don't really know whether May comes into play. Wouldn't be surprised if that swaps onto something else. It feels like Little Sheep quite happy just to play a comp designed just to trade quickly. A Mercy Farah out of spawn. Any kill will do it to break for forward hold. That's not going to work though. Wales going to get shut down immediately. We have seen Jaya get behind right now on the Winston as they set up for this, but just more time off the clock. Wall onto Viana doesn't actually lock Viana out of spawn though.
有点害怕的。
And they'll keep holding for now.
Oh, Winston?
Jaya's had a disaster.
敢拼
We'll
Yeah,
live.
Winston walled off on the coast of Mercy as well. So Jaya and Kasari are going to go down now. And this attack, I mean, it's going absolutely nowhere quickly. I'm really not too sure about this attacking comp. 19% on a Winston ult in a minute. Just taking the piss, to be perfectly honest. Now we see the swaps come through. The Hazard swap, the Juno swap as well. So Little Sheep, they're trying to play some heroes that have a bit more bang for their buck in the neutral. Once again, trying to take this side angle, set up behind. Really difficult for Team X to trade out here because everyone from Little Sheep can just play in spawn. And now we see the flanking players come through. But the Arna gets flashbanged and taken down by Casanova.
Survives the nade as well. Now we'll be getting topped back up. They've managed to stabilize here. Fei Yang just trading onto it. Casanova will pick up a second. And they keep trying to set up this really big, this flank from the other side. I don't think they need to complicate it that much. You're fighting in spawn, just go out. See if you can hit a nade, find a few kills. You can win through trades and respawn advantage.
也耽误了不少时间。
They're obsessed with this big flank when really they can just take a 5v5 out the spawn doors, get a trade, and take it from there. Now Brendan Fraser over to the Surgeon, or on the Surgeon the whole time. In fact, Jaya comes in from the back, hits a massive wall. Huge cleave with the right click as well. Did so much damage, and Alfari's there to find a kill onto Casanova. Trade out onto Kimbo, but it looks like the damage is done. 2 trades secured for Little Sheep. Means that even though they are dying late into this fight, Team X are going to have to back up on their spawn hold and play for something a little bit further up.
Yeah, they're going to start moving back now, but actually Argon's moved a little bit late. Miscommunication here from Team XX in terms of whether they want to die on point or get out. Now they're at real risk of Fei Yang getting traded late as well. He's had to pop the form to get out. His form has faded. They have survived. They'll wait for Argon and they can take another fight. And there is ult advantage for Team XX in all of this because Little Sheep, they've changed a few heroes. They've taken some very long fights. And double support ult advantage coming back. Great chance for Team XX to stabilize here.
都在。这波叉叉会
Team X, they have a chance right here, but Jaya has an absolute power position up on this high ground. Such an easy spot to pinch in, but doesn't actually go for it. See him instead chasing very deep on to Casanova, but Casanova backsteps. Downpour comes out. Fei Yang is caught up by the downpour. Some more players from Team X are slowed on the high ground as well, but no kills secured. Fei Yang stepping forward, blocking that cart. And Little Sheep, their attack turn has gone absolutely nowhere. It's a 5 versus 5 once again, and so many ults are online for Team XX.
Form has been used from Fei Yang right now. Little Sheep now have their nano boost coming up if they want to send that one on. They've got a lot of damage onto Fei Yang. Might have to pop this annihilation. They go for B! Taken out of the air by the whale though. Ajax, they had all the ults, but it falls apart. Annihilation and Blizzard have been thrown down on point, but they only find 1 kill out of it. And Team XX, they had everything, but the beat doesn't go off. Whale with the Ajax, and all of a sudden, all the struggles for Little Sheep, they've all gone away. They've now got a great chance to cap first point.
帮助
Oh, give Brendan Fraser an Oscar for his performance here. Absolutely outrageous. Has the overclock in the back pocket as well. Orbital Ray comes out onto the cart, but the C9 from Team XX, they're winning with kills. They're winning this exchange, but they fucking C9 grow up. Just grow up. Now, there's not even a chance for a spawn camp here because Fei Yang was traded out, which means they can't hold all the way up. And Little Sheep, that one, they've got to be so happy with this. Team XX have really let it slip. Casanova now slides into a wall, allowing Little Sheep to press the advantage. Alfari finds that kill. Disastrous.
Need to wait for 5. You see they're already flooding forward, Little Sheep, looking for more late kills. So gets another one. Unknown gets taken down again. Jaya looking for more up on the choke. Wall doesn't quite catch Fei Yang completely. He has block, will be okay, but they've been forced all the way back out to 3rd point here. They have to do a retake, and this is going to allow Little Sheep. They get complete control. They have a downpour in this tight area. Lots of pressure on this choke for Wall there as well. Argon's come out left-hand side, but Alfari still harassing them. Deflect comes out. They will finally be cleared. Downpour comes through. Does it catch anyone? It does. Lucio in the back. Jai will clean up that kill. They just can't get out of this choke. And Wall off onto Fei Yang as well. He's in trouble. We'll be able to force Jaya back, but they've got to deal with this Tracer, and they're just cleaning all the split players up.
Split players will fall. Wolf, thank you very much for the prime. Welcome to the Parasocial Friends Club. Appreciate that. Jaya holding forward. Big slash on the choke. Everybody from Team XX getting backed up. Anti-nade from Mr. Kim. Good for one. Good for a second one as Jaya as he flies up into the sky. Eister will fall. Counter dash now from Alfari to wake up the sleeping Tracer. Actually doesn't find the kill. And Little Sheep, both of their supports have died on this advance. There's a real chance for Team XX to clutch this one out. That chance is diminishing. Fei Yang versus the world. Blocking. Team XX's supports are back. Oh my god, the clock is pulled on the high ground, but Alfari's blade is better still. Fluffs it a little bit though, and somehow, some way, Team XX, they hold on.
They could barely get through that door for most of this 2nd point, but they're finally out the door. Looked like Alfari was going to be able to get the clutch after he deflects that rail back into both of them, but just can't find the way to connect his dashes together. All of a sudden, Team XX, another chance. They have the Annihilation, they have the beat for this next fight. Little Sheep have not much more than a downpour. And Team XX, they have the space, a chance to stabilize. They can take control of everything again. Jaya's going to try and make his first move through main. Whale does have a bit of swing, a downpour from quite far away. It's a big one, though. Catches both of them. Defensive beat, not in time for Ace, and that means there's no Ray in this next fight. Another huge opening for Little Sheep. Team XX, they need this Annihilation to find value, but they're so low on heals.
Everybody's stuck in the corner. No healing left for Fei Yang. Acer on the way back. Argon finds a crucial trade, but it's not. Oh my god, they might be able to hold on. Argon finds 2. If he can play life just a little while longer, the Ray's going to come out on the objective. Here it comes. Acer pops the Ray. Whale is in the corner. What are you doing, Brandon? And now it's 1 versus 3 as Alfari is the only man left standing. Somehow Team X have clutched this one out. Fei Yang playing life. Argon finding 2 inside the enemy team's Ray. Outrageous clutch. No main source of healing. Eventually no healing whatsoever, but Team X, they've held on. They've clutched it out on 2nd point. Their 1st point looked solid. Their 2nd point looked bulletproof. So good. So good.
Unbelievable. It feels like both teams have let major opportunities slip through their fingers on this 1st round. And it's not the worst push on Havana, but considering they had them basically spawn camped for most of that 2nd point, failing to convert that advantage, a huge missed opportunity here. So all of a sudden, very winnable situation. And all that time they wasted on 1st point trying to break the spawn hold might come back to bite them now with that one. We'll see what they run in terms of ultimates here, but wouldn't be surprised if we're in a pretty similar matchup. Maybe Jai considering the Zarya here on defense. But would just open that ramp swap from Fei Yang once he sees it. Yeah, this feels like
we've seen a lot of.
Yeah,
I feel like if you've just gone and lost to somebody playing Ram, starting out on the Zarya feels a little bit optimistic. You know, feels like you're just asking to be counted out off spawn. Even the Sigma is quite good into the Zarya, to be honest. Like, do you need to swap off Sigma to counter Zarya? I feel like Sigma's perhaps even better into the Zarya.
Yeah, I think both could either work, and kind of just raises more questions about Jaya's selection. We've seen them play Zarya on this map before, and really, Little Sheep have shown some success with this comp. Their biggest problem was more just overextending at the end. But now in this situation, they're going to be running into what looks like the Ramatra. It's very difficult for Jaya to play his life. If they can force a bubble, then hit him with a slow. Can really be on the back foot with a lot of these bubbles. They're only holding the room, not holding close. Going to commit in this main corner for the bulk of their hold. Need to get a bit of energy going for Jaya here, but he has to be very careful around these slow and shield timings. But he's a low energy Zarya's just going to walk up and kill a cast, so I guess Zarya was the key. Now they can all push forward with player advantage, force Team XX all the way back into spawn.
The kryptonite of Casanova, a wet noodle, steps up into main, finds that early kill. Form timing from Fei Yang now. Argon has swapped to Mei in spawn. I don't think Argon even died, just walked back for it. Free push right now for Team X. So even though the trade was nice for Little Sheep, not super impactful. Bub comes out onto Alfari now. Casanova once again in a spot of bother, but Alfari, they've used all of their skills. Deep push from Fei Yang, anti-nade, but it's not enough to stop their advance, and everybody from Little Sheep is incredibly low. Argon swings wide, rips off Brendan Frazier's head. It is big and fat, and Team X, now they're on the advance. They have all of the momentum. They are pushing the cart hard. They want more kills. The wall seems nice from Argon as well, but they're just going all the way towards the choke.
Separated a little bit now. Kim's gone a different way than everyone else. 75% on that nano. They're going to need it desperately because Acer is getting so close to this. Sleep comes through, but Argon has the off angle here. Just looking for Dinks. Can't really find anything. The wall doesn't catch Jaya at all. The nade comes out to Fei Yang, buys him more space. And Alfari just taking the bubbles and going deep. Finds for trade. Trying to play his life. Will play his life. And Team XX, they can't punish this. They're going to try and drop the Ray. Defensive nano onto Jaya here. He's going to push into the Juno. Tries to finish the kill. Drops the grab to make sure it's done. They've lost players in the back, but Alfari and Jaya, they're getting all the kills. They turn around on Fei Yang. He doesn't have the annihilation yet. They should be able to clean this one up, surely. They're both so low. There we go. They will hold on to that, but had to drop a nano, had to drop a grab. Where are we going, Casanova?
Oh, Team X's DPS just good for none at the end there. Beat a day late and no delivery whatsoever, actually. I was expecting a beat from Unknown in the mid-fight there. Just doesn't get it done. And now there is a beat counter for the blade or perhaps the clock, but it's just something that we would have loved to see in the previous fight instead of going down. Fei Yang takes an absolute beating on the approach and has their ult forced early. Unknown, now you use the beat. Orbital Ray comes out. Argon throws down the Blizzard. Can't even finish the kill. So many frozen. Kim frozen up as well, but no kills for it. And Team X, it's slipping through their fingers before our very eyes have.
Oh, they invested so much into that there. The Annihilation very early. Late Controversy here. Annihilation was super early. The beat to keep going. They're trying to close the distance, but once they've used both those ults, you can see it. Fei Yang feels desperate. They need to get value out of these ults because they've used such a heavy amount. But Blizzard doesn't find enough. Argon will go on to Genji now. But they're going to push him with 0 ults for their last real fight. And Alfari just has the blade. It's going to be backed up by bubbles and everything.
Yeah, bubbled blade.
Here we go.
Going outrageously deep with this blade. I think this is a bad move, to be honest, because now it just guarantees that Team XX gets another fight. If they took it slow and played for that blade advantage, they could have made last. They could have bled the clock a little bit, but instead, Team X, they're going to get one last honest attempt at this. Kim is 65 to the nano and Jaya 70 to that grab, though. Team X, they're not close to anything, far away from even an orbital ray at 55%. So really, if the fight goes long, Little Sheep are just going to be able to close it out with the nano, with the grab. Team X, they need an early pick in the neutral. They need something fast.
Need something fast. They've got the Ashe now out from Casanova. Might be able to get that high ground position. They need to touch the point very soon. They are there already. Fei Yang's going to pop this first form as Argon battles away for the high ground. But they're getting so close to these ults. Kim nearly has the nano. Giant nearly has the grab. There's nothing to respond with for Team XX. They're desperately trying to get towards this ray. Now they come through. Alfari tames 2. No chance to get to that ray now. They have the nano in main and Alfari's going to get it all done. And it's just over. They're going to have the grab to spare in the end. Full hold for Little Sheep. No problem here on the Zarya against the Ram.
Yeah, alright, back to the queues. Turn that down to 10%. Q 6v6 goats in O's now.
Goats in O's? I feel like Viana actually is a big disruptor to what should be like a pretty favourable situation for the Ram, because he can never reliably block nade. Every time he tries to do something, he just gets naded on cooldown. Yeah.
I mean, he shit the bed a couple of times in terms of his shield placement and then pushing off it, and then their big old fight where they have Annihilation, they have the beat, they just stack both of them for nothing. Like, they don't even try to close the gap, they just get chunked and panic ult.
Yeah, one of the biggest counters to Zarya as well, really often. Oh, thank you, Pad Sander, for the 14 months as well. But the May's also a really big counter, right? Because if you ever get walled, your bubbles normally aren't enough to actually save you. And it's a little bit tricky on that Havana point, but it felt like none of the walls really put that Zarya under any pressure at all.
Please put Minjay in the cube, everybody, if you've got the time. He's probably already gone, to be honest. Hey, what are the chances we actually have our scrim tomorrow, Kellen? Or is it just going to get cancelled again once you've woken up early in the morning for it?
Have you started scrimming again?
Blocked every...
Yesterday, your
It was
first
supposed to
day?
start
or-
scrimming today, but it got cancelled.
Okay.
惨重的一个代价，但不管怎么说，这场比赛也是以一个3-0收尾。而整个队伍两支队伍的
Julian
一个
Sora
受
15
伤的
writes,
调
as a
整
first time
让
chat,
但是
question
效
mark,
果
question
是
mark,
差
and
别
then
是蛮大
writes,
的
两边虽然
what's
有
that?
做一个
Mwoji?
换吧，但明显还是
Is that
Team 叉这边做的更多一
more?
些。但我相信至少经过今天
I think
这
that's
场比赛
more.
就是至少可以去放弃一些阵容了，
And then they write,
去把一些
안녕하세요.
磨合再精进一些。
I don't know why I say it like that, to be
因为
honest,
赛程
but
还蛮紧的，所以真的给了他们去
allow me.
练习的一个时间不是很长。
Seems like losing their
And
tank was a
they said-
success. Yeah, it's.
大家
赛制，所以拿出这样的一个阵容
Ooh,
Put
thank you.
Julian Sora 15 in the cube.
也能够去理解
Thank you, Quacked, for the prime as well. Welcome.
第一场比赛已经结束，
Thanks, Jaxel.
休息。
Hey, Jaxel, can you explain how you've been an active member of my Discord for more than a week, but you followed today? How does that work?
He's just only
Like, what's-
interested in the
what's
Discord
happening?
side of things.
What's
The
happening in
stream.
my like? How do you find my Discord before following me on Twitch? Like, how does that work exactly, Jaxel? I don't
Do you have it
get
on your YouTube?
地推体系都尝试过
I don't，know
但确实就是正面打不过。
这场我觉得最
Thanks,
有意思的
Maddie.
是
Yeah, could be a YouTube viewer, I
我
suppose.
觉得叉叉
I only got Twitch today, bro. What do you mean you only
He
got,
got
Twitch,
Twitch
today?
today.
Are you a YouTube viewer? You're like a real YouTube viewer? What's going on here?
但每个体系打的有点儿有来有回的。
I got to break the
他
railings.
们还是有想办法去解决对面拿出来的阵容的一些针对性的，有针对性在里头，只是说可能还是没有处理好。
特别是最后这张图，我觉得还挺
Cried.
可惜的
I'm so bad at boops. I'm so vexed. This vexes me.
再来回顾一下你们的精彩操作。
Honestly, I was expecting your retirement to last longer.
阿尔法日其实
I'm so vexed. Oh my god. It was so
This guy
easy.
goes from retiring from the highest level of play into immediate return and
Hang up
vex.
the mouse confusion. Oh my god, did you see Gaming for Hope's little joke where they said hang up the mouse? And he's like, ah, joke's on you, my mouse is wireless. Like, fuck. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
I've not watched the video, but I saw some people talking about it where he just like, what was it called? Like a Mythbuster type thing of here are the things that people say that aren't true.
Yeah, I
and it's
watched
just
it
like,
last night. It was upsetting. It's like people say that I'm unemployed, but actually I'm a full-time content creator living with my in-laws. So
check and mate.
怎么现在手腕
yeah, you're cooked.
当时没削的那个
版本它这个英雄上线之后，这几个位呢其实蛮适合害在这个英雄。
It's so bad.
它
So
在这个
bad.
前面有一个比较细的分析，就是它那个
I'm gonna vex myself again.
它不是有个威能可以让充能
回复对
多一个条嘛，多50%，那个实际上会大大的弥补害在那个
That's a reciprocal dog.
对，
就简单的说，点了
Is someone in Unter's game named Ketamine?
跳过去
Not that I've seen. I've seen you just got Ketamine on the mind.
回到它最强的那个版本。
Oh no, yeah, there's a Ketamine
Elon
with an
Musk.
X.
Elon Musk reference, perhaps. Wait, why was the Lucio voice line? Let's drop the beat. The fuck was
Didn't have a
that?
beat.
加上铁拳的一个有
No, that's like just not his voice line.
那现在感觉还是温斯顿更狠一点。
Anyone hear that?
主要是这波削弱没有削他，然后就导致有一些别的英雄都被削了之后，他没有
OG voice line? What from when?
现在情况好像就是能打温斯顿打温斯顿，打不了温斯顿打害灾，
对，有一个队伍除外，
再打不了的打
破坏球，
那再除外。
What is it from like season 1?
啊？
再打不了的再打
就是
啥？
随便挑。
It's not just Overwatch 1. He definitely didn't start saying a completely different line just in Overwatch 2. I would remember that.
OA 大人肯定是
Yeah, my chat's saying it was the Overwatch 1 voice line as
那
well.
么这场比赛的话，我们
Not for the whole game,
再来
surely.
看一下最后一局的数据，其实感觉
I'm on Classic, early Overwatch 1. I'm on Classic, but it's a patch from like a, you know, future. Pop some fish oil, say less. I don't have any water next to me. Suki's in my spawn.
其实
Someone's saying, yeah,
Why
Toby's saying
Suki?
early Overwatch 1.
的话是始终会让一个
Yeah,
原本
like
的
before I played.
他一直给不到自己家前排拉玛查一些资源，导致就是拉玛查往前走的时候，或者说我们看到后面那波音仗加大，然后强行冲过去之后，还是没办法扛太久。
Oh, I need to be shot.
被 A 惨啊，最可惜的是这波。
Also, Gamer for Hope does like ranked sessions, but he plays 2 hours of aim labs, talks about somebody telling him he groomed his wife, queues 4 games and calls it a day. Day in the life of an Overwatch content creator.
I mean, I see no issue with the daily routine, to be honest. Like,
it would go so hard if he did one of those. What's the guy's name? You know, the daily routine, well, morning routine guy.
yeah. Get ready with me for work today.
比就像 OA 这种非
Like,
常
why are the
的
big
蛮
health
高
bars like
像
yellow
CT
as well,
这
like
种
piss
的
yellow?
杆子
That feels like
在
something that
交
was
流
actually
还有
in
国际
Overwatch
上
1
面
for a
会
long time,
差一
maybe.
点，并且其实叉叉这边也是
But
因为
maybe
经常
not.
混班。
I
I
remember
can't
they
remember
did
now.
something with green
这场
health.
人员调整就是从 Leadership 去了 Team 叉叉。
对的，本来以为他是最了解小杨的人，是吧？毕竟之前在小杨打了很久。
而且今天主要看下来，叉叉这边他们在一些
Fat Grav.
大招释放上面的问题，会比之前的比赛来说的话要明显多几个。他们在一些大招释放的时机点，我觉得很多时候都是可以有待商榷。
是的，好的，那我们来看一下最后一张地图两边的数据对比。
其实，在前半场，叉叉的防守
Beat health was blue.
是叉叉这边。
That rings a bell actually.
后来又被打了一个4分钟。
And they changed it so it
I
was
don't know, I'd have
different.
to see it.
Yeah. That would
Because they
kind of
made
make
everything
sense.
green. I remember they made all over health green.
I remember they changed that at one point to distinguish right between shields and
那这样的话 B 组就只剩
shields and the other one, but I can't remember what the original colors were. I think shields have always been blue though.
OA 已经锁定小组第1，那么 Team 叉叉这场失利，那么叉叉是第3 ，Leadership 是第2，而 Super 里外是第4名。B 组的排名已经出来了。那最后今天的第3场比赛 ，OA 打 Super 里外就是一个荣誉之战。
Wasn't my boo, but
最主要还是下一场比赛。
对，就是说小杨接下来会面对到下一场的胜。
I'm 68-year-old Korean Ajuma. Your gameplay has given me brain bleed. Goodbye. Yep, that's Southeast Asia for you, you know? Higher risk of ischemic strokes. No, wait, no, maybe they've got, I think, high risk of hemorrhagic strokes.
打得很好
Because of
因为这个英雄
the
的
sodium.
上限还是比较高
Yeah,
的。
yeah, that's it.
你能够把自己的技能控制好。
That was a really rough performance. I have 900 healing.
We've been mainly only healing the roof.
Yeah, I'm just hanging out up top. What's this short that you just linked 3 times? Don't, oh, it's a Game for Hope short. Just get the audio.
包括玩比如说温斯顿这种英雄，哎，他也可以掌握的很好。
对，这个我还是挺惊喜的，其实。
主要是像现在，这种单 T 环境下，你对于这种没有盾的，或者是说黄甲不是特别多的一个，或者你不能靠黄甲去前面扛伤害的一个 T 位来讲，你需要更多的去判断场上的一个时机、切入时机，非常的重要。玩得好的害哉，他切入时机一定是非常准确的。
对的，
大家看这个 highlight， 其实害哉跳在空中啊，那一枪的准度也是特别重要。
对。
这套跳在空中一枪爆头加跳劈的这个连招，伤害能不能打满，全看你那。
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't think a 25-year-old dating a 19-year-old is grooming. A 19-year-old is an adult. Maybe it's like a little bit of a strange age gap or something like that. But I think using the word grooming to describe a relationship with a grown adult is maybe a bit of a stretch. You know, a 19-year-old is
yeah,
not a
that's just an
child.
age gap.
Yeah, that's just an age gap. There's a difference.
是的。
跟大家打的咱俩都差不多吧。
是的，哎，他10能量炸裂还真戳死一个。
还上了 highlight 的。对。
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it.
哎，这一波就是我们说鹰仗加猪的。
This is the Gaming for Hope shorts map. Oh, we were just watching a short on this map. We're about to have fun. We're gonna have to have some fun in quick play. Play Ryan. Hey, let's just go goats, guys. Please, just go goats, please. Please, bro, go goats.
No way they're going goats.
I wanna play Break. Little Ryan.
今天感觉叉叉他们在他们一些这个大招运营、大招释放的时机上面确实有一些问题。就比如说已经先减员1-2个人的情况下，残局少一个人打的情况下，还是选择把大招给交了。
Is this a real stream this time? This is a rerun.
去打后面一波，这个上面导致他们在有些地图上面被滚雪球滚得挺厉害的。
他们今天大招输了之后，其实都不是特别第一张地图开始就是这样子。
对，
很多时候都是残局的时候，有的时候我们说残局交大招是觉得可以打，但是那个时间点的话，是你这个阵容里面的核心点都还在。那有的时候你看他们前面在第一张、第二张图里面有好多波都是自己的核心点阵容里面的人已经掉了，还是选择交技能打。我们比如说在
What the fuck, meat? How do you already have Maple Strike? What?
What's Maple Strike?